Okay, well, um, I'm out here in my garage. I'm doing a little bit of work on some stuff for the van. I want to get the van all set and ready to roll for this spring. I'm gonna take on a bit of a road trip. And right now, I picked up some traction boards. I figure I just want to be able to feel like I got a little bit of security out there. I'm not going to be doing any hardcore four-wheel driving. I got a Dodge ProMaster. Obviously, it's not four-wheel drive, but I do want to take it on Forest Service roads and backcountry roads, and I figured maybe some traction boards might add a little bit of assurance. One of those better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. So I picked up a set of them, some X-Bulls, cheapies. Got them on Amazon, Black Friday deal. They're like $70 for the pair. There's no way I was going to spend $300 for some Max Tracks or whatever. I can see where some people may want to, but for my application, they're probably going to be mounted on top of the van 99.9% of the time. So, but yeah, I'm going to put them on top of the van, put them on the roof rack that I built, and go from there. So I'll show you how I'm planning on doing it. All right, well, so I just realized I had the TV on making a racket, watching some football here. But here's the traction boards I've got. Like I said, I got the X-Bull. And they come with some mounting hardware right here. They come with 4 sets of this. Basically, it's a threaded rod, get a sleeve. It's got a couple of washers, and then 2, I think they're lock nuts, right? This one I've got disassembled. The knob, sleeve, threaded rod, 2 washers, and 2 nuts. This washer, it's on here, does not come with it. And I put that on there, bonded it on there. I'll show you why in a little bit here. It also comes with these 2 plates. I'm not planning on using these. I've seen where people put the threaded rods. And the rods will travel up through these mounting holes that are in the traction boards. And I've seen people where they'll use the rod, then they'll use the nut, and they'll capture this, hold it down. I don't want to do that. I don't like the interface. It's not really point designed for that. I mean, they give you this hardware, and there's really no explanation on really the intended mounting. It's just kind of a throw this in there, and you can figure out how to use it. It's not that complicated to figure out some sort of method to secure these down on your roof rack or wherever you're putting things. For me, the roof rack that I built and put on top of our van, I used 80/20 aluminum extrusion 15 series. So this rod, originally I was thinking, well, I'll just get some T-nuts, slide it into the extrusion, thread the rod in, good to go. But the threaded rod that comes with it, the hardware that comes with it, is not the right size to interface with the 15 series extrusion. So, I could just get new threaded rod, get some new hardware. But what I decided I wanted to do was create an adapter plate, basically. Right, so my roof rack, this is a simple sketch of the roof rack. This is forward in the van. This is the aft part of the rack here. The forward part of the rack, I have solar panels mounted, and these panels tilt. And the aft part, I just added this part, and it really is, I have a fan here in the van. So I built this part just recently, and it didn't turn out quite like that. What I wound up doing was something more like this. So now this is forward in the van. Here's the fan. I framed in the 80-20 around it. Cross member here and here, and these two pieces. And right on this side, I bought a Rome 83-liter stowage box that I'm mounting here. And on this side, I want to install the traction boards. So they'd be facing running forward aft. So I've got to figure out how to mount it to these cross members, right, of the 80-20. So that's what I decided was I'd make an adapter plate. And I did a simple sketch of a plate, and I would mount this plate to the 80-20 cross member, which I'll show here as a reference, attach the plate to that, and put the hardware on the plate. And this hardware would be, these would be spaced out to interface properly with the dimensions on the mounting holes. So here and here, right? So I had some material laying around. This stuff that I bought a while back and used to make a slide-out tray for our Dometic cooler. And I took that and I scaled a couple simple plates out of it, really easy, not a lot to it. And then take that plate and attach it to the 80-20 extrusion, all right? And then, so here's what I've done. Here's the plate, attached it to the extrusion, and then the hardware that was provided is bolted onto that plate, and then the traction boards, I'll have one forward, one aft, and the traction boards will slide down on here and interface. Here, let me take this. This will hold this up right here. So the traction boards will come in here and slide down in here. Then, well, let me mount this up a little bit, and I'll show you how I plan on actually securing the boards to this with the knob and the spacer and this washer I bonded on here. So, okay, so got the traction boards here, and I just simply climb up on top of the roof and slip the boards down over the threaded rods on board. Next board, right? And then these are the spacers, and I bonded or glued this washer to the spacer because I don't know, they send you a spacer and it slips, the diameter is too small, it slips all the way down inside the hole, the through hole in the traction board. And I didn't want that to happen, so you gotta use a washer, at least the way I'm using it. I'm not sure how they intend you to use the things. This is just how I'm using it. So I use it with a washer, so the spacer does not slip down in there, and I just decided to glue the washer onto this. We'll see how long that lasts, but I just wanted less hardware to deal with when I go to pull the traction boards on and off the top of the roof. So basically, slip spacer over each one of these, and you know, I figured out the adjustment, the length of this threaded rod to have protruding above the spacer, and adjusted that accordingly. It mounts in that plate. You can adjust it up and down a little bit, and it allows for this threaded knob to attach on here and clamp that spacer and clamp the whole unit together. So just gotta put four of these, the four knobs on, and hopefully I can find the thread on this. Sometimes it's not the quickest. Come on, there it is. And then this one more. Just tighten these down, snug them down. And you imagine this be up on top of the roof, of course, on the rack. and there they be, you know. So there it is. Obviously, the roof rack, I'll adjust these cross members on the rack to the right position, and that's how they'd attach on there. I can get these out of here now. But yeah, that's it. Should work out okay. I think what I'll do next is probably paint the plates that I made. Just use some Rust-Oleum black spray paint and paint those, and then take these and put them up onto the rack and finish the install. That's it. That's the way I'm doing it anyway. Maybe I'll finish up with a pic or a short video of them up on the roof there. Okay, well, I just finished mounting the traction boards up on top of the van, and got I modified the rack a little bit, get the cross members in the right location, and put the traction boards on there. Painted the brackets, and finished the build. Check it out, I'll show you. All right, let's take a look. I'll show you what I got going up top on the van. I mounted these attachment plates for the traction boards. I mounted them to the roof rack. So there's one there and one there. You can see solar panels and my Rome stowage box on the other side. So I'll bring the traction boards up and see how they fit. All right, so I'm up on top of the van again, and here's the boards. I brought the hardware. I store the hardware in this bag that came with the traction boards. So I've got my set of spacers and knobs, and I'll store the boards in it also comes with a bag for the boards. It's pretty slick. So I got all three of these attachments on up here, or three of them on. I got one left to do. Put that one on and get this knob on there. I'm gonna switch hands because I'm not coordinated with it. Torque that down a little bit. Torque these other ones, tighten them up. And this one. And there you go. Yeah, that's it. They're solid. So, pretty happy with it. Job done. Next project.